evening. My name is Tyrone Holmes. I'm the founder and CEO of the MSF Fidelis. We welcome you back to the Trauma Network for Men. We're so glad to be back in your living rooms or if you watch this on YouTube, of course, you could be in your car, you could be at work, on your break, or you can just be just relaxing, just checking us out on YouTube. We'd like to welcome back again our brothers that are part of our organization here. Brother Dwight Whitaker, good to have you, brother. All right, good to have you back. We missed you last week. And Brother Josh McCarty, one of our faithful brothers as well. We welcome you back, and this week we're going to get back into our dialogue again. Last week we started off with our topic, Kill the Man's Dreams, Kill the Man. And this is going to be part 2 of that message. Also, we want to give another shout out to my friend of mine in West Virginia, who we dedicate this broadcast to, none other than Brother T.J. Coleman. He wrote the book, CP Time No More. Hello, Brother TJ. God bless you. We thank you for all your support, my brother. Thank you so very much. So we're going to get down into our lesson today, and we're going to really get deep down and dirty today with this Kill Man's Dream, because I think it's so very important that we as men realize that we all have a dream. But sometimes those dreams get stuffed out because we don't have nobody to support us, or we feel that we can't achieve it, or we have had failures in our life. We have gotten frustrated because things are not going the way we want. We may have tried school and we didn't make it in school. I know, Josh, you did with your GED, and also with you, Brother Dwight, you went back and got there. But sometimes those roads to our dreams sometimes seem impossible. And then it always seems that when we on our way on that journey, it always seems like something always trying to distract us, stop us from achieving those dreams. You know, so we're going to get deep down into this today. Like I said before, we want you to check us out on social media. Follow us on our Facebook page, along with YouTube, along with Twitter as well. We're always posting things to encourage men in their walk. Even though we are a Christian-based organization, we're not here to hit anybody over the head with religion, but we're here to love the man and the youth where they're at in their present situation. We're here, the scripture tells, to love our brother as we love ourselves. And that's what we do here. We love each other no matter what we go through. We love each other. And that love, if you accept that love, then if you feel that you need to accept Christ from that point, then that decision is yours. But we're here to love you, not to condemn you. So let's get into it tonight. Brother Josh is going to lead off us tonight with the scripture. Genesis 37 chapter, verses 3 to verse 20. Brother Josh.
Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age. Also he made him a tunic of many colors. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him, and could not speak peacefully to him. Now Joseph had a dream, and he told it to his brothers, and they hated him even more. So he said to them, "Please hear this dream which I have dreamed. There we were, binding sheaves in the field. Then behold, my sheaf arose and also stood upright. And indeed your sheaf stood all around you and bowed down to my sheaf. And his brothers said to him, Shall you indeed reign over us? Or shall you indeed have dominion over us?" So they hated him even more for his dreams and for his words. Then he dreamed still another dream and told it to his brothers and said, "Look, I have dreamed another dream.
Yes.
And this time the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars bowed down to me." So he told it to his father and his brothers.
Yes.
And his father rebuked him and said to him, "What is this dream that you have dreamed? Shall your mother and I and your brothers indeed come to bow down to the earth before you?" And his brothers envied him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Then his brothers went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel said to Joseph, "Are not your brothers feeding the flock in Shechem?
Yes.
Come, I will send you to them." So he said to him, "Here I am."
Yes.
Then he said to him, "Please go and see if it is well with your brothers and well with the flocks, and bring back word to me." So he sent him out of the valley of Hebron, and he went to Shechem. Now a certain man found him, and there he was, wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, "What are you seeking?"
Yes.
So he said, "I am seeking my brothers. Please tell me where they are feeding their flocks." And the man said, they had departed from here. For I heard them say, let us go to Dothan. So Joseph went after his brothers and found them in Dothan. Now when they saw him afar off, even before he came near them,
yes,
they conspired against him to kill him.
That's right.
Then they said to one another, look, this dreamer is coming.
It is.
Come therefore, let us now kill him and cast him into some pit. And we shall say some wild beast has devoured him. We shall see what would become of his dreams.
What a powerful, powerful portion of scripture. Talks about Joseph being the dreamer. And when you read that, Brother Josh, in dealing with what we've been talking about over the last week up to now, what does that scripture mean to you about dreams? And we just talked about before we got into your reading about dreams and us and how people feel about us when it comes to our dreams.
Thank you, Brother Tyrone, for asking. That's a powerful question because a lot of men, we have dreams.
Yes.
But when we try to put them into life,
yes,
they don't want us. They don't want us to see. They don't want us to conceive. They fear that we're going to be better than them.
You said a word, fear. Perfect word. I like that, Brother Josh. How about you, Brother Dwight? How do you feel about that? That scripture that was read pertaining to the dream? Because I think it's just a powerful thing.
It made a super powerful statement. And it goes back to when when a male has an idea from a dream and he want to bring it to reality.
Yes.
Most people, by being simple-minded, think that dream is impossible.
Sure.
So they crush that person's dream by saying, get out here talking crazy, talking foolish with us.
That's right.
And
That's right.
sometimes, it goes back to what I was saying, your destiny is different from someone else's.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You may know your call, you may know what you got to do
Yes.
and everything like that, but that don't mean everybody else has to do it.
Yes.
So, because your dream does not fit their destiny,
That's
they're
right.
going to speak against it.
That's
because
right.
It doesn't fit their purpose.
That's
the
right.
dream is your purpose. That's why it's your dream.
That's right.
So you have to keep in mind, when you tell somebody your dream, everybody's not going to agree with it.
Absolutely.
Everybody's not going to see the outcome or see the purpose, but it's up to you, like Martin Luther King did.
That's right.
You know, people rejected his dream.
Yes.
He kept going, kept moving.
That's
He
right.
still had a
That's
significant amount of people
That's
who kept support his dream.
That's right. And both of y'all said some powerful words there. People are going to fight against us. You know, people fought against me here at MSF. And many of y'all have been here. Y'all have been here and seen how we have went from a lot to a little and rise back up again, but we're still moving on. And I have always said that we talked about this before we came on the air. If you, just listen to this broadcast, if you're not passionate about what you believe in, nobody else is going to be passionate about it. If you have a dream, you continue to believe in that dream, because if you believe in it, it will eventually come true. Doesn't mean that you ain't got to work hard. It ain't going to mean that you're going to suffer, because you're going to suffer. You know, I remember when I had my hot sauce business, and it took a long, long time, but I kept striving, I kept pushing, and the only reason I'm not doing it now because we ran into some technical difficulties due to the growing of peppers. I couldn't get them, but I did that thing for 10 years. But nobody said, your hot sauce ain't no good, this ain't that. But I proved them wrong, because I believe. So, just like Brother Dwight said, your dream may not be placed, it may not be their destiny. So they ain't gonna believe, and they're not gonna be excited about it like you are gonna be excited about it. You may have a different thing in your life that you pushing for, you as well, Brother Josh, but you gotta continue to believe in yourself that this dream can come true.
This goes back to, let's go back to that man box, because
Yes.
when somebody's dream and it's outside that man box, especially like Martin Luther King, all the other great leaders that came before us, if it's outside that box, society's going to
Right.
they're going to speak against it automatically.
Absolutely.
Oh, we don't believe in you. You
Absolutely.
need to stop doing it and things like that. And I learned, of course, like from whistleblowers, like Eddie Snyder, the one who exposed the government for the conspiracy stuff like that.
Yeah, Eric Stone. Yeah.
He went outside the society's box.
There you go.
Again, they told him he was crazy. He was crazy and all that stuff like that.
So that's so true. So let us go ahead, Brother
Also,
Josh.
it goes back to the way that some people fear Martin Luther King.
Sure. We talked about that last week.
We talked about it last week, why we should hear it for it.
Yes,
It was powerful.
Yeah.
But like I said, fear. Another man fears another man.
Yes.
Because that man's dream may be bigger,
Yes.
and better than him.
Yes.
So he's gonna
Yes.
try to do everything he can
Yes.
to crush your dream.
Yes. Yes.
But you can't let him do that.
Yes.
Once you do that, you kill the man, you
Yeah.
kill the dream.
Yeah, and you said that, and we're gonna move on, but that's how, we talked about this last week, and I think it was so very powerful about that's why racism existed, because they wanted to suppress the black man because they felt if they came together that they would be better than they were. And that's the problem, that's what it is. Even to this day, if you feel, you know, if we collectively as men would come together, we could do miracles in this world. But we fight against one another, we want to compete against one another, and it's always about me, myself, and I. It's never about we as a group or team. The only time we hear about we is when you're playing sports. After you separate from that, it is you on your own, buddy. It should be that way. We can change this world if we stop playing, stop hiding behind our masks, and be true to ourselves and true with each other as we are, and love one another. We can do marvelous things in this world. But we won't do it. We want society, like you said, we don't want to come out of that man box because we don't want to be criticized. We don't want to be condemned. We don't want to be looked at as a wuss.
Also, when you come out the man box, they also fear you.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
They're stepping up to the plate.
Absolutely.
And they're
Absolutely.
still in the outfield.
Absolutely.
Running after the ball. And you've already hit the ball. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It goes back to the business method. You have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Right now we are comfortable being in this society.
That's right. Absolutely. All right, Brother Dwight touched on this about Martin Luther King and about his dream, and that was very, very important during the 60s in the civil rights movement, but also back during that time in the 60s with, we know Malcolm X was very prominent during that time and what he believed in. He said by any means necessary, which is true because we have to learn how to stand up for our rights.
And Gandhi, too.
Yeah, and Gandhi as well. So Martin Luther King was a big follower of Gandhi and his non-violence movement that he had in India. So that was very, very important. But we come up to the day in the 1990s. We can go back to the Honorable Louis Farrakhan when he produced and got together the Million Man March, and how powerful that was. He was trying to bring men together from all. Basically, he was concentrating on black men, but I don't see it that way because it has to be all men across the board. But the principles of that Million Man March was for men to step to be men, take care of your families, take care of your neighborhoods, build stores and be economically free, so that way you don't have to depend on nobody, but depend on yourself. And the Muslim community do that. So after that march was over, before it was over, they made a pledge. And I got Brother Dwight, I gave him the Million Man March pledge. We're going to incorporate this into our organization here, because it's basically all the principles that we stand for here in this organization. And I want him to read that to you to see what it means to have a brotherly pledge where you can come together as men and we can all work together as a group of men. Brother Dwight.
The Million Man March pledge. I, Dwight Whitaker II, pledge that from this day forward, I will strive to love my brother as I love myself. I, Dwight Whitaker II, from this day forward will strive to improve myself spiritually, morally, mentally, and socially, politically, and economically for the benefit of myself, my family, and my people. I, Dwight Whitaker II, pledge that I will strive to build business, build houses, build hospitals, build factories, and then to enter international trade for the good of myself, my family, and my people. I, Dwight Whitaker II, pledge that from this day forward, I will never raise my hand with a knife or a gun to beat, cut, or shoot any member of my family or any human being except in self-defense.
Yes.
I, Dwight Whitaker II, pledge from this day forward, I will never abuse my wife by striking her, disrespecting her, for she is the mother of my children and the producer of my future. I, Dwight Whitaker II, pledge that from this day forward, I will never engage in the abuse of children, little boys, or little girls for sexual gratification, but I will let them grow in peace to be strong men and women for the future of our people. I, Dwight Whitaker II, will never again use the B word to describe any female, but particularly my own black sister. I, Dwight Whitaker II, pledge from this day forward, I will not poison my body with drugs or that which is destructive to my health and my well-being. Dwight Wicker II, pledged from this day forward, I will support black newspapers, black radios, black television. I will support black artists who clean up their acts to show respect for themselves and respect for their people and respect for their ears in the human family. I, Dwight Wicker II, would do all of this to help me, God.
Very good. Yes, give him a hand. Give him a hand. All right. What did that mean to you after you read that, brother? And what does it mean to you?
First, what it means to me is making a vow and a commitment to do what society don't want you to do as a man.
Absolutely.
And also, too, in each of these scenarios, these pledges cover a scenario that affects me as far as issues that we deal with, or anything that we've done. Because most things that took place on this paper that I pledged not to do, I didn't done.
Right.
So society don't want us men, we have commitment issues.
Yes.
And dedication and stuff like that. So value to do this thing is a big step to the next goal where we need to go for as men and stuff like that. And I like the parts as I will improve myself spiritually, morally, mentally, socially, politically, and economically, for the benefit of myself, my family, and for my people. That's letting you know that you as men, you take responsibility, not just for yourself, but for your family, and also for your community.
That's right.
So again, when we act out, when we commit crime, it don't just affect us, it affects
our
household,
right.
and also the people that stay in our family.
Absolutely.
People, they want to come out and enjoy their family, but they don't because they want in the back of their mind where something gonna happen.
Yes.
So this is a good place to go. So when more men make these pledges, like myself, more people be more open-minded and feel more secure about where they stay at, instead of having to worry about who gonna act crazy or not, or who gonna act crazy there, or somebody in school doing their schoolwork, who gonna come shoot at the school. And then you got the other thing that's going on across the with the girls that just got abducted.
Exactly. That's right. That's what I'm
I
want you to talk about the pledge as well, Josh.
When I read it last week, it was very powerful because it describes everything we're trying to do here at MSF.
It is.
Also, I like the part where it says, I would not use the B word to describe any female.
Yes.
Because that's a powerful pledge right there, because a lot of people use the B word out of anger.
Yes, there it is.
And
that's right.
the real definition of the B word is a female dog.
Right.
So that's really powerful to me because, me getting angry a lot, I used to use the B word a lot. I got angry, but I've learned to reel it in. When I use the B word, I'm not talking about females. I'm talking about like, this is bad. Like,
you got an alternative, right?
So, and also it's very powerful because as Brother Dwight was reading it, I was reminiscing in my mind about when I read it last week, that you got a lot of artists out here that are explicit.
Still to this day. Yes.
They talk about drugs, they talk about sex, they talk about money, they talk about girls in ways that they shouldn't be.
That's right.
And also it goes back to the pledge, what you said earlier, that when this happened, it was a movement.
Yes.
But see, what happened was over time, it all dwindled away.
It dwindled away.
Because everybody was all excited about it, and then when they went their own way, they go back to the same thing they were doing before they took the pledge.
There it is. So, go on, Brother White.
Another thing that popped back in my mind when I was reading this was that it go back to the same what you moved back to the child when the God she made them make a vow to say, I would not do anything to embarrass myself, my family, or my community, and things like that. And that made a super big impact because, like what I said, of course, with the B word and things like that, and typically black males, and I was also responsible for that. We calling out females, calling the B word out in anger. When we angry, we don't care. We do everything in our power as far as physically, mentally, or verbally, or inverbal and stuff like that. To
degrade somebody else.
To hurt their feelings. To downgrade and go back to what you were saying earlier. You said when we feel empowered or we look down on the people that's forcing us to be little to them.
That's right.
Making this pledge is a